Visit us on the web at www.coolwavepictures.com/radio.
Wavelength Radio presents He's Dave. No, he's Dave. They're both Daves. It's time for the Dave Show from Wavelength Radio.
Welcome to next Thursday on the Dave Show, brought to you by Wavelength Radio and Cool Wave Pictures. We are worldwide, baby, live before your naked, steaming ears from Tempe, Arizona. It is Thursday, September the 23rd. Speaking of worldwide, you can join us live on the web. Just go to coolwavepictures.com and click on the radio button. And as always, be sure to check the schedule tab to find out when your favorite programs will be repeating throughout the week, in case you've missed any of them, or if you just want to hear them over and over and over and over and over and over again. Don't you hate it when people just go too long on something? I am your host. Our toll-free telephone number is 877-835-1937. Give me a call this hour for any reason at all, or send me an email, radio@coolwavepictures.com, and I'll read it on the air. On our website, you can sign up for free text alerts to let you know when our programs will be airing live each week. It's fast and easy and free of spam. Welcome to the program. Thanks for tuning in. Smells like wieners in here. Our weekly live lineup is as follows. Tuesday nights, we have the Blu-ray show with host Charles Peterson at 7 p.m. Wednesday nights, we have the Right Now with Robin Egan show at 6 p.m. Yeah, it's Right Now with Robin Egan. 7 o'clock, Happy Hour with Cameron Cooper. 8 p.m. is the Mackenzie show with Brian McKenzie, followed by the Roundtable at 9. Thursday nights is the show you're listening to right now, The Dave Show at 7 p.m., followed by Life and Times with Chris and Cody at 8 o'clock. And then is Gay Old Times with Mallory and Friends at 9. And finally, After Hours at 10 p.m. Donate, donate, donate. And all you cops out there, don't get excited. I said donate. On our website, there's a donation button. Through PayPal, it's safe and secure. We are a nonprofit radio station, so anything you can give would be appreciated. Coming up this hour, I have a stupid criminal story that kind of relates to another story. Celebrity birthdays, what happened on this day in history, and the movie previews for tomorrow's theatrical releases. Weed Out the Week was on our program last week, and speaking of weeding out the week, I had a busy week. Started last Thursday. Had jury duty. I've never been to jury duty before. I've been summoned 3 times, but I've only been there once. So go ahead, turn me in if you want. I'll pay the $500 fine, whatever. But anyway. I didn't know what it was about. It's the very first time I've ever done it. And apparently they select you first. So, like, day one was just all selection and like, weed out the week, you know? I like the term because there are a bunch of weak people that make up excuses. Now, some of them were legitimate, but some of them were just really stupid, you know? Like, it was a drug case. I can talk about it now. The lawyer gave me permission, the judge actually, but it's over. So it was about a guy who do I want to say this? It was just a cop's word against a guy's word. He was set in a cop car for about 5 minutes, and then he was going to be let go. But when they let him out of the car, the cop noticed a little baggie of cocaine. It looked like it was trying to be kicked underneath a little wall into the front cabin area, and cop swears it wasn't there, before, he says he scanned it. The guy says it wasn't his, and so that's what it ended up being. And so one guy, to get out of it, the judge asks a whole shitload of questions, have you ever encountered police? Are you friends with anybody here? Do you know anybody here? Any problem with drugs? Does this subject affect you and all that stuff? And some guy said, like, yeah, I think all drugs should be legalized. So, and this guy was weird. He looked like Ronnie James Dio. You know, he's like really skinny, small man with long curly hair and a ponytail, like half balded, and, you know, balding and everything. But yeah, there was a bunch of other people that were just making up stories. After one or two people start doing it, everybody else kind of follows suit and start raising their hands and, you know, getting out of it or whatever. But hey, my job was paying me, so, you know, it pays me no matter how many days I go. So I didn't open my mouth to anything. I wanted to go to trial. So anyway, we take a recess, and when we come back, they release like all the weird people that had problems. Like, one of the questions were, have you ever been, you know, have the police ever, have you been a victim of crime? And people were saying, yeah, my car has been broken into, and you know, you didn't have to talk. I wasn't lying really or anything. I just didn't say anything, but I've had a car broken into 4 times, and it was stolen all 4. So I just kept quiet because I didn't want to be eliminated. And so anyway, half the people were gone. Then finally, they do another round of questioning, and then all of a sudden, everybody else was let go but me and 9 others. And it was interesting. It was like a real trial and everything. You know, we got to decide the outcome of this case, and it ended up being that 2 jurors go away for a little while. They're kind of on call, and it was left to 8 of us. And whatever we decided, you know, we were in that jury room, and once we had to make the decision, like, we could say whatever we wanted. We could go to lunch when we wanted. We could take a 2-hour lunch. They were all waiting on us, you know. And every time we entered the courtroom, they'd say, like, please rise for the jury. So, you know, I felt respected. I don't know, man. It was crazy. But anyway, so when we first went in there, 9, or what was it? It was 7 out of 8 of us instantly knew it was like we were like not guilty, because it was just a lack of facts. There was no fingerprints on a little bag of cocaine. There was no pictures taken. They didn't do a blood test on the guy, and so it was just his word against the cops. And we had to treat them equal. So, you know, we had to sway that 8th juror into, you know, letting her see the reasonable doubt. And she finally turned and caved. And so, you know, after it was only 2 hours of deliberating, and we had a not guilty. So, yeah, it was interesting. I had a lot more I wanted to say, and I just can't think of it right now. I got nothing. I have nothing. No. We didn't. Did who fight?
Like between you and the other jurors?
Oh, yeah, there was a fight.
Arguing?
Yeah, it was the 8th juror who was like, she's like, I don't know, I guess I just like the police officers. I don't, you know, she didn't want to, she was the one that was saying guilty. She didn't want to go against the cop, because the 7 of us, the other 7, this means that the state prosecutor and 2 Scottsdale police officers were going to lose, you know. But we were like, there's no facts here. So one guy and her kind of got into it back and forth, and tensions were rising in that little room, and it was just kind of, it was interesting, but they calmed down. What else was I going to say on that? I don't know. This just in, corduroy pillows are making headlines. Okay, that was pretty stupid. I need a laugh. I got an interesting story. Let's see here. Well, you might not find it interesting. You might find it offensive. I don't know. But 877-835-1937, radio at coolwavepictures.com. Give me a call. We'll be right back after the break.
Listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
Visit us on the web at www.coolwavepictures.com/radio.
Wavelength Radio presents He's Dave. No, he's Dave. They're both Daves. It's time for the Dave Show from Wavelength Radio.
Welcome back to Thunder Thursday here on the Dave Show and other shows. 877-835-1937 is our phone number. I want to smell a call. Somebody better call me or send me an email, radio@coolwavepictures.com. Anything will smell better than the smell that's in here right now. I was in a fast food restaurant the other day with a friend of mine. It was last week, and you know who you are if you're out there listening. And if somebody tries to upsell one more goddamn cheesecake to me, I'm going to get very pissed off. I won't name the establishment, but the letters spell Jack in the Box. And it was very annoying because I can't understand what they're saying behind the counter, first of all. Go up there and order. What's that knocking noise? That's me. You go up to the counter, you place your order, we were eating there, and then we're going to get something to go for later, like tacos, right? The little transparent, clear tacos that you can see through. But anyway, we ordered the first, round or, our meal, I guess you could say. And then right after, after they take your order, the chick from behind the counter, she's like, "Would you like a cheesecake? Would you like a cheesecake?" And, I said no. And then my friend ordered right after me, same thing. "Would you like a cheesecake?" And he said no. So we go and sit down and we eat. And we hear customer after customer come in, and we can hear offering, to sell them a cheesecake. So anyway, I go up there to, after we're done eating, go up there to get my my round of tacos for later, because they're good for you. They're vegetarian, even though they're deep fried. But the same lady asks me again. She's like, "Would you like a cheesecake, sir?" And, it's like, "No, bitch! I didn't want one 4 minutes ago. Why would I want one now?" She just, it drives me crazy because I can't understand her. That, first of all, I'm not hating on Mexican people, My last name's Mexican. My last name is Salinas, for Jesus' sake. But, so I'm Mexican, but I just can't stand when I can't understand them. I just wish they would learn a little better English, if they're going to be working behind the counter in the fast food places. And, another thing, too, is there are, what's really sad is you see, "Would you like a cheesecake?" You see, I'm having nightmares about that. But you see like a beautiful Spanish woman or Mexican woman, and, they're locked into this relationship because, and I've worked with them before, but you end up meeting like their husband, and it's like the total opposite of her. Like she's like thin and young and pretty, and then this big stinky dirty hairy guy comes in, and he just reeks, and he's just like abusive. He beats the kids at home, and he's like, he starts yelling. They'll start yelling at him like, "Orale, andale," like "Arriba, orale," whatever they say, "Muévete, andale," And that like she's just stuck in the relationship because you're like, what is this chick doing with this guy who treats her so bad? And it's because she can't speak English that well to get beyond like a fast food job, I mean, that's just the truth. I've worked with them, I've seen them, and I always like think, God, man, you got to leave that guy. What an abusive guy.
Bueno?
Would you like some cheesecake?
Bueno?
Excuse me, sir. Would you like some cheesecake? I don't want your damn cheese. We were joking, thinking like I should go up there a third time and say, "Yeah, give me 2 cheesecakes." And she'd probably try to still sell me a third. I don't know. Anyway, I have, give us a call, 877-835-1937. I'm not going to keep asking you. I want to call because I want to talk to somebody. Talk to me. Tell me about Mexicans and how they annoy you sometimes. I don't know. I'm Mexican. Hey, don't get mad. Hey, all you Mexicans out there listening. I know there are some, and that's cool. I have, you need to practice safe snacks. Always use condiments. Okay. That was one little one-liner there. Anyway, did you know beer has medicinal purposes? It was just on the news the other day, and science backs it.
Was this?
I was watching. Well, I wasn't really watching. I was on the computer, and I heard it on the news again, as usually happens. And I'm like, I hear beer, and I'm like, huh? You know? And hey, and Cameron backs it too. Beer, medicinal. Anyway, it had me at beer. And then when I heard that, it was good for you and science backs it, I just, I don't want to tell you what happened. But anyway, a pet peeve of mine is karaoke. We've all done it. But how come when you're at a karaoke bar, why don't they have like some sort of a vote off for the people that really suck bad, the people that right away they're off key and shit, but you gotta sit there and listen to the whole thing? That pisses me off. They should. If I ran karaoke, I would just, I'd let everybody know we're gonna kick your ass off if you suck in the first 30 seconds, because when they are out of key and you gotta hear that shit, it's like punishment. It's not fun anymore. Am I right?
I would get booed all the time.
Yeah, it's not fun to have to sit there and to be forced to listen to that. And I don't know where that came from. I just pulled it out of my ass. But karaoke vote off, that's what should happen. What do you think about the new American Idol lineup? I think it's okay. J-Lo and what's his name, Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. I think it's a keeper. Randy Jackson. Yes, that's what I say. I'm going to have, I got celebrity birthdays. It's just one of my little segments here. It's kind of, you have to kind of guess if they're dead or alive, because I don't really know what they are. I don't do my research. And but first I'm going to tell you a joke. You might have heard this before. Give me a second here. Hold on a second. Okay. And it's funny because it actually has my name. Anyway. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to tell you the joke. We'll have to go to commercial after the joke. Okay. This is about me. Dave was bragging to his boss one day. He said, I know everyone there is to know. Just name someone, anyone, and I know them. Tired of his boasting, his boss called his bluff. And he says, okay, Dave, how about Tom Cruise? No problem, boss. Tom and I are old friends, and I can prove it. So Dave and his boss fly out to Hollywood and knock on Tom Cruise's door. And sure enough, Tom Cruise shouts, Dave, what's happening? Great to see you, man. Come on in for a beer. Although impressed, Dave's boss is still skeptical. And after they leave Cruise's house, he tells Dave that he thinks his knowing Cruise was just a coincidence. No, just name anyone else, Dave said. All right, Barack Obama. And so that's what his boss quickly retorts. Okay, Dave says. We're old friends. Let's fly out to Washington. So off they go. At the White House, Obama spots Dave on the tour and motions him and his boss over, saying, Dave, what a surprise. I was just on my way to a meeting, but you and your friend can come on in and we'll have a cup of coffee first and catch up. Well, the boss is very shaken by now, but still not totally convinced, and after they leave the White House grounds, he expresses his doubts to Dave once again, who again implores him to name anyone else. So his boss says, the Pope. Dave says, sure. My folks are from Poland, and I've known the Pope a long time, so off they fly to Rome. Dave and his boss are assembled with the masses in Vatican Square when Dave says, boss, this will never work. I can't catch the Pope's eye among all these people. I'll tell you what. I know all the guards, so let me just go upstairs and I'll come out on the balcony with the Pope. So Dave disappears into the crowd, headed toward the Vatican. Sure enough, half an hour later, Dave emerges with the Pope on the balcony. But by the time Dave returns, he finds that his boss has fainted and is surrounded by paramedics. So working his way down to his boss's side, Dave asks him, "What happened?" His boss looks up and says, "Man, I was doing fine until you and the Pope came out on the balcony, and then the man next to me said, 'Who the fuck's that on the balcony with Dave?'" Anyway. I'm going to take a break, and when I come back, I'm going to run through celebrity birthdays, and then I have the movie previews for Friday, the 24th, tomorrow. And something else, possibly. Give us a call. You have our phone number. Email us, radio@coolwavepictures.com. Check us out on Ustream, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
Visit us on the web at www.coolwavepictures.com/radio.
Wavelength Radio presents He's Dave. No, he's Dave. They're both Daves. It's time for the Dave Show from Wavelength Radio.
Welcome back to the Dave Show here on Wavelength Radio. It is brought to you by Cool Wave Pictures. They found a dirty-faced kid in a garbage can. Baby, yeah! See, you thought I was Van Halen for a second there. Anyways, there's a little battle. You know what's funny is whenever somebody leaves a message on my Facebook, I get a text. And even though I don't frequent Facebook anymore, I got the little text from Cody today telling me my show sucked and Weed Out the Week saved it. And it's kind of funny because then I get it looks like there's a little battle. There's some nasty words for Cody from Kira. Kira, if you're listening, right on. Keep talking shit to him, man. He needs it. Anyway, speaking of my jury duty earlier, I just wanted to follow that with a stupid criminal story because it kind of goes along with, the cocaine that was found in the old cop car. But, well, I've got two real quick. One's about a cop car, but it's about pot. And the other one's about crack cocaine. So, anyway, from Dewey Beach, Delaware, comes a story of a couple of stupid criminals who were pulled over by a cop for speeding. The officer smelled marijuana wafting from the vehicle and asked our bozos to step out of the car while he conducted a search. After a search turned up nothing, the officer returned to his vehicle where, much to his surprise, he once again smelled the aroma of marijuana. Mary Jane. So, he conducted a search of his own patrol car, and sure enough, he found 2 bags of leafy green substance stashed in the seat. Yep. Yes, sir. One of our stupid criminals had decided to hide the pot in the patrol car while the officer was searching his vehicle, and they were busted. The other one, this is from the international file, comes from Brasilia. Hey, I said that right. Brasilia, Brazil. Comes a story of a couple of stupid criminals who thought they'd found the perfect hiding place for their stash of crack cocaine. In the gas tank of their car, they stuffed 11 pounds of crack into, 11 pounds of crack into the vehicle's tank, and then, for reasons known only to the stupid criminal mind, they headed to the gas station to fill her up. And that's when things went terribly wrong, as they often do in these stories. The tank blew up, blasting car shrapnel 20 yards and peppering the walls of the station with crack. Police speculate the large amount of crack stuffed into the tank caused undue pressure, resulting in the explosion during filling. How stupid can you be? I just like the words peppered with crack. That's just hilarious. Miraculously... Wait, let me try that again. I'm not even drinking tonight. Miraculously, there we go, our stupid criminals sustained only minor injuries and were placed under arrest. So, that's pretty stupid. Anyway... Celebrity birthdays. Are they dead? Are they alive? I don't know. I don't care. It's for you to decide. There was 90, but I brought 29. And if anybody knows who these are, just shout it out. I doubt you know who Randolph Mantooth is. Anybody?
Oh yeah, I met him last night.
Randolph Mantooth. He's from Emergency 51, Johnny Gage. Anyway, Jimmy Fallon, 36.
Isn't he dead?
No, I don't think so. Who, Randolph?
No, Fallon.
No. Jeremy Irons is 62. Adam West, is he dead? Batman? Okay, he's 82. Nicole Richie, Bill Murray is 60. Sorry, Nicole Richie, you're 29. Stephen King is 63. Larry Hagman, 79. H.G. Wells has to be dead because he's 144. Bonnie Hunt, 46. Scott Baio, 49. Joan Jett is 52. Andre Bocelli is 52. As old as Joan Jett. Sherry Belafonte, I believe she's related to Harry Belafonte. She's 56. Speaking of old shows like Emergency, Eric Michael Estrada is 30. And he spells it the same way as Eric Estrada. I don't know why he's not like Eric Estrada Jr. or something, but I think it's his son, Eric Michael Estrada, unless there's another one. I'd be embarrassed if my dad was a Chip. But anyway, Jason Alexander's 50. Bruce Springsteen, I can hardly say it. I hate that guy, 60. Julio Iglesias, 66. Ray Charles, 79. Mickey Rooney, 89. Phil Hartman, I know he's dead. I think he killed his wife, too. He would have been 61.
His wife killed him.
Oh, that's right. His wife killed him. What a psycho bitch.
Huh.
He was cool, too. Linda McCartney, she's dead, right? 68.
She's in a wheelchair, right?
No, she died of cancer or something, I think. Paul's first wife. Jim Henson, 73.
He's dead.
Hello, my name is Jim Henson. Today we're going to describe what Muppets are. They're a combination of marionettes and puppets.
It's funny because he really sounds like Kermit the Frog in real life when he was
You
alive.
really
anyway.
sound like Kermit the Frog.
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here with Sesame Street News today.
Anyway, Catherine Zeta-Jones, 40, on this Saturday the 25th. Here's what's interesting. Michael Douglas is born on the exact same day as Catherine Zeta-Jones, 25 years earlier, on Saturday the 25th. You pervert, Michael. Anyway, we have a caller on the line. I smell a caller. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello, who is this?
I could help but notice you did not say my birthday today.
Who are you, first of all?
My name is Salvador.
Salvador, what? Are you famous?
Salvador. It's two names twice.
Two names twice.
I'm
huh?
I'm a very famous Spanish actor.
Well, I've never heard of you, Salvador, and that's probably why you're not on my list.
Are you kidding me? You've not heard of the Salvador?
No, I haven't heard of
I
the
make
Salvador.
classic pictures like, dude, where's my burrito?
Do you live in El Salvador, Salvador?
No, I live in Phoenix now. This is the hot spot because I do adult movies, you see.
Let me ask you something, Salvador. Do you have a wife?
Yes, please ask the question to Salvador.
Okay. How old are you today?
Today I am 87.
Okay. You don't sound 87.
We age well in Mexico.
Okay. So you're a porno king or something? What'd you say?
Yes, I have the largest bush from Mexico, and they love it. The women, it tickles their face.
Okay. It tickles their face. The women love it in Mexico. Salvador,
It's so
how old are
cookie
you
for them to
today?
bounce on.
You said 87?
87 years old, yes. The Salvador, turned 87, had fancy party.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry I didn't... Has fancy parking? I'm sorry I didn't say your name,
He had a fancy
Salvador.
party.
What's that?
Say this again.
Salvador.
Yes, sir. Say this again. I did not hear you. My English is very bad.
It sounds pretty good to me, man.
I take classes.
You take classes?
I take classes to learn the English language. The women, they love it.
Well, if you were a little more interesting, I might have put you on my list, but I've never heard of you, Salvador.
I cannot believe this. I hear your producer watches my movies constantly.
Who watches your movies constantly?
Your producer.
Oh, my producer. I don't know. We don't know who you are or what you're talking about, but I mean,
I
thanks
heard
for
your
the-
producer is fan of Salvador movies from Salvador Productions.
Okay, do you have a website, Salvador?
Yes, it's salvador.com.
Okay. All right. You plugged your site. We appreciate the call. Thanks for calling in, Salvador. And
Yes,
have a
thank you.
nice day. Birthday.
Please watch my bush.
Okay. That was Salvador. Linda McCartney, I already said that. Will Smith is 41. Heather Locklear, 48. Christopher Reeve would have been 57. And Mark Hamill's 58. And that's it for celebrity birthdays. I need some music to go along with that. You know, something that says like, celebrity birthdays. Something like that. I don't know. Hey, Cody. Don't shake your head at me. Kira's going to kick your ass. Did you see that? I will be right back after this break with the movies that are coming out tomorrow. There's actually, you know what? To tell you the truth, I haven't even looked at them. So I'll get back with you on that one. We'll be right back after the break. Give me a call, except for Salvador, or send us an email, radio@coolwavepictures.com.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
Visit us on the web at www.coolwavepictures.com/radio.
Wavelength Radio presents He's Dave. No, he's Dave. They're both Daves. It's time for the Dave Show from Wavelength Radio.
It's time for the Dave Show from Wavelength Radio by Cool Wave Pictures.
You're listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.
Shampoo is better. I go on first and clean the hair. Conditioner is better. I leave hair silky and smooth. Stop looking at me, Swan.
Movie previews. I call them previews, not to be confused with reviews, because I don't have that status yet to see them before they come out. I just watched the trailers. Unfortunately, I didn't watch any trailers this week, so I know nothing about these. I'm just going to run through them. They come out tomorrow. You know, I got nothing else. Why not? Buried has Ryan Reynolds, Robert Pattinson, Samantha Mathis, and Warner Laughlin. Ryan Reynolds is pretty funny. Don't know if I want to go through reading all these. Anyway, well, I'll just read the ones with people I recognize. Okay, Ryan Reynolds is a truck driver and a family man. He wakes up buried alive in an old wooden coffin, not knowing who might have put him there or why. His only chance to escape from this nightmare is a mysterious cell phone. Poor reception, low battery, and lack of oxygen are his worst enemies in a race against time. Paul has only 90 minutes to be rescued. Okay. Enter the Void is in 3 whole theaters.
Isn't that Chris's movie?
Nathaniel Brown? Chris who? Somebody we know?
Chris Wilmbrecht.
No, he's got, I don't want to say it. Nathan L. Brown. No, I'm not even going to read that. How about Howl? Why do they give me the number of theaters they're in? 4 theaters? And by the way, Buried with Ryan Reynolds is only in 10 theaters. It must suck or something. Howl has David Strathern. He's funny, man. I don't care what you say. Ryan Reynolds? He's hilarious, man.
He's funny.
He's hilarious. Just his facial expressions and his eyes. And anyway, the way he moves his eyes back and forth. Howl in 4 theaters. Alan Alda, Jeff Daniels, Mary Louise Parker. Don't know about it. Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Gahoo. 3,500 theaters. It's kind of big. I do not recognize anybody but Jeffrey Rush, Ryan Quanten, Hugo Weaving, and Jim Sturgis. Do I even want to read that? No. I don't think so. Also, The Virginity Hit. This sounds like Chris's movie. 650 theaters, starring Matt Bennett, Chris Willenbrecht, and Jacob DeVitch, Zach Perlman. Tibet in Song. You got to go see that Virginity Hit, too, by the way. Chris Willenbrecht on theaters everywhere. He's like 50 feet tall and shit at the drive-in. Tibet in Song is in one whole theater. Don't recognize anybody. It's about Tibet. I would never go see it. I hate foreign movies. I don't know. It's just, I hate any period piece or something that's from another century. Waiting for Superman. Waiting for Superman examines the crisis of public education in the United States through multiple interlocking stories from a handful of students and their families whose futures hang in the balance, to the educators and reformers trying to find real, lasting solutions within a dysfunctional system. Sorry. You, again, is in 2,300 theaters, has Kristen Bell, Sigourney Weaver, Jamie Lee Curtis, Kristen Chenoweth. Boy, those middle two, they're getting old. They're still kind of cute, I guess. No matter how old you are, you never get over high school. Successful PR pro Marnie, played by Kristen Bell, heads home for her older brother's wedding and discovers that he's marrying her high school arch nemesis, who's conveniently forgotten all the rotten things she did so many years ago. Then the bride's jet-setting aunt, played by Sigourney Weaver, bursts in, and Marnie's not so jet-setting mom, Jamie Lee Curtis, comes face-to-face with her own high school rival. The claws come out, and old wounds are opened in this crazy comedy about what happens when you're reunited with the one person you'd like to forget. And finally, Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps, the second part to an awesome, awesome movie. Gordon Gekko just kicks total ass. Michael Douglas. I think this has Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, Michael Douglas, Josh Brolin, and Frank Langella. 2 decades after being imprisoned for insider trading, Gordon Gekko, of course played by Mr. Douglas, is set free, profiting on his infamy as an author and public speaker. At a time when the market is crumbling and those working on Wall Street are scrambling to catch a break, Gekko is approached by Jacob, played by Shia LaBeouf, a young trader looking for Gekko's guidance. I cannot wait. I don't know about you. Sounds like a great flick, and that was tomorrow's theatrical releases. We have a dog barking outside. I can hear it. Should we turn this into the Nothing Show? Okay. All right, let's do the Nothing Show. Ready? Hi, welcome to the Nothing Show. Did you know that today, on this exact day in history, this is a little fun fact for you. 1961, September 23rd, the first movie to become a TV series is How to Marry a Millionaire. Also, on this exact day, 1 year later, in 1962, ABC's first color TV series was The Jetsons. Jane, his dog. Or was Jane the wife? I don't know. Hey, Astro. Pardon me here. How about Howard Stern radio show premiered on this day in 1996 in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Let's see. Oh, this just in. Energizer Bunny arrested, charged with battery. Hey, I'm king of the corn, man. Give me a break. I'm a child of divorce. Anyway, I am, I am pretty much out of material here. Give me a second here. Only this time, I don't give a shit, It's near the end of the show. It's my show. I can do whatever I want. And I've got 2 minutes to kill here. Let's see here. Hold on a second. Where the hell? I can't believe this really is turning into the nothing show. Carrying water. Let's see here. I honestly have nothing but a stupid joke. And these are really stupid. I already told that one at work today. Anyway, speaking of work today, work sucks. I'm in training. I hate it. I can't stand it. I have to go in at 5 a.m. and it sucks ass. I hate it. I hate my job. So all you people that are listening that work with me, I hate my freaking job. So just suck it. Not you, the job. I got to get up, ladies and gentlemen, in about 6-7 hours, and get there by 5. It sucks. It has to do with medical benefits. I ain't going to name names, but we just acquired a very large insurance carrier, one that you're all familiar with, one that all of you have heard. You've probably had it. We inherited 60,000 employees and their customers. 60,000 total. So that's the big news, folks. The company I work for is the largest in its industry, and the client that I work for is the largest in its industry too. And now we just inherited 60,000 more people. Just thought I'd let you know that. But I hate my job. I do. It sucks. Sucks bad. I want another job. I hate talking to people on the phone. I just hate it. I hate when the phone rings and it never stops. It just keeps coming in call after call. I can't stand it. I can't stand my... I just can't stand it. I'm going to go. I'm just going to take off, It's like the end of my show. News is coming up at the top of the hour. I'm pissed off. But anyway, we've reached the end of this program. It turned into the nothing show for a little bit. I liked it. It was fun. I didn't give a shit. Maybe next week we'll do another little nothing show. Be sure and stick around for Life and Times with Chris and Cody coming up after the news at the top of the hour. And on behalf of Wavelength Radio and myself here at The Dave Show, we just want to thank you for listening to all of our programs. And I hope that you will join me next Thursday. Farewell.
Listening to Wavelength Radio from Cool Wave Pictures.